Hi everyone, Simon Keeling here, Monday the 30th of July. Thanks again for watching. I always remind you of this, that the site's kept free of charge by the adverts that are around the screen and by you coming back and visiting regularly, telling your friends about it as well. That's what keeps the site free of charge, because we can put more adverts in front of you and anybody who clicks on it also generates more revenue for us. So that's how things stay free of charge. So thank you for spreading the word about the site. Wanted to start off today just showing you this chart. This is probably something we're going to have to get used to over the next few months, because when this chart gets out and gets public, I mean it's going to send the press wild. Let me just show you. This is the extent of Arctic sea ice. Now, it's in months, as you can see down the bottom here, going from April through to August. And it's from the National Snow and Ice Data Center in Boulder in Colorado in the States. And what it shows is the grey line here is the 1979 to 2000 average of the sea ice extent in the Arctic. That's the area with at least 15% covered in sea ice. Now, what we have here in the dotted line is 2007, which is a recognised minimum of sea ice. The blue line running down here is the 2012 totals. Now you can see how we stayed up in the close to the average for the first part of April, but then look what happens. You see that rapid melting that takes place through May and through June. Look how far away we are from the average as we get down into the end of July. Now, of course, a first look at that chart suggests Armageddon. My goodness, the climate change predictions were right. The hysteria was correct. We're losing all the Arctic sea ice. Step back with it and think about what's going on here. While we had all the unsettled conditions through the UK, up in the Arctic, high pressure was very dominant, and there was more sunshine there than normal and warmer conditions than normal. The globe always balances itself out. So this is what we're tending to see in this chart, is the effect of us being so cold and wet, the Arctic being warmer and also drier. So what you probably will find, and it started to happen here at the bottom of the chart, is that the sea ice, as we get into nearer normal conditions, will probably come back through here during August and may well just get back to normal conditions in September and October. Just wanted to give you a heads up on that, really, because you can kind of see the press story coming out, particularly as we get into the silly season through the summer with no political stories to report. This makes ideal sense, doesn't it? Anyway, let's get on to the forecast. Am I really that much of a cynic when it comes to the press? Well, I suppose it's having worked in TV for so long, I kind of see it from the other side as well. Anyhow, on to the forecast charts for the next few days, and you see we've got low pressure centred north of the British Isles at the moment. I think what we're going to find during the course of today is that there will be a scattering of showers around across many northern parts of the country. We've got to watch for this area of rain coming across Southern Ireland, and by this evening that rain is probably spreading into the southeast of England too. One or two showers across the Midlands, most of them though for eastern parts of Scotland and the northeast of England. Going into the overnight period then, as we head in towards Tuesday, this rain spreading its way slowly northwards during the night tonight, going through Wales, the Midlands, into parts of southeast England, but generally quite light and drizzly. More persistent rain for the western parts of Ireland. Now watch what happens through Tuesday, because we find more persistent rain moving up the western coasts of Ireland through Tuesday, and that also edges northwards into the southwestern coast of Scotland, through Ireland, northwest England, parts of West Wales too. I actually think eastern Scotland, northeast England and this far southeast corner of England are probably going to be dry and could become very warm as well. It could be up to 24 degrees down here if the sun comes through on Tuesday afternoon. Quite muggy for all southern areas, because this is a warm front going north, and anywhere behind it really is just going to become muggy. I think these western coasts as well, lots of low cloud, hill fog and coastal fog too. I'm out here on the west coast of Wales at the moment, so I'll let you know how it turns out. Anyhow, moving overnight into Wednesday, the rain gets northwards. Look, some really heavy periods of rain across Northern Ireland, western Scotland as well during the period, as well as northwestern parts of England. But down to the south it becomes drier, although those western coasts always troubled, I think, by low cloud. Into Wednesday, and we're finding more persistent rain for northern Scotland, central Scotland too, and perhaps some showers and rain coming down these western coasts of England and western Wales. Further east though, we're dry, we're warmer. I think 25 degrees is on the cards somewhere in East Anglia and South East England during the course of Wednesday. Much cooler to the west, where it's going to be breezy as well. Overnight we'll find patchy rain just slipping eastwards across eastern parts of England, and then the low pressure is in control onto Thursday. But actually Thursday's not looking to be too bad a day. You see the low deep off the western parts of Ireland. That keeps all the unsettled weather tied quite quickly, or wrapped around quite tightly within the low. So we'll find some rain for western parts of Ireland, but you can see how for much of the country it's actually dry. Yes, one or two scattered showers around, but I think Thursday could be quite a bright and breezy day. Some sunny spells around 22-23 degrees in the southeast, around 16 or 17 towards the west. But I think Thursday actually looks like being a pleasant day. And then overnight to Friday, well, we find an increased risk of showers affecting these western parts of the country overnight, and also for Friday morning. Some heavy showers across Ireland, but many eastern areas look tending to stay on the dry side. I think heading into Saturday, so more showers around across central and western parts of the country. Some heavier showers as well may move into southern parts of England, but elsewhere I think the showers tending to stay fairly well scattered. And then on to Monday next week, where we'll find scattered heavy showers affecting more western areas of the country. More eastern and northern parts, though, look like staying dry with some sunny spells. And then through Tuesday, well, it's back to showers once again on Tuesday. And I think for Wednesday we're going to be in a showery regime as well, with low pressure in the North Sea, the northwesterly flow bringing some pretty hefty showers across northern and eastern areas. I think western parts tending to become drier. Now, looking ahead a little further, this is how the ensemble picks up on things. This is the 7th, so this is next Tuesday, and you notice how the low is off towards the east. Got a weak ridge just building in from the west, and watch what happens as we get in towards Wednesday. We'll find that weak ridge building its way slowly eastwards during the course of Wednesday. So I think for many areas, Wednesday of next week probably dry. We've got to watch for troughs coming through then towards the end of the week. I think things do turn more unsettled as we head into the weekend, particularly across northern areas, although down to the south, probably relatively little in the way of rain, with this ridge of high pressure trying to build in. However, I still think we could see some more unsettled conditions between around the 9th and the 13th, particularly across more northern areas, although at the moment to the south, I'm less convinced that those unsettled conditions will actually arrive. So that's how things look just at the moment. Not too bad a week, I suppose, particularly given what we've had. I mean, it's not great summertime weather by any means, but at least it's not as bad as it could be. Just take that away from this recording. Okay, thanks again for watching and for your continued support, and please do spread the word amongst your friends and keep the sun shining. Bye for now.